side and a thorn in the side of Ripple for a long time has been the fact that we can't use the XRP Ledger DEX for our own payment products. Like this just, I want to rip my hair out. So like it's obvious that we would do that.
Hello everyone, I'm Pat Thielen. I'm the Vice President of Global Account Management at Ripple. We truly believe that there is an internet of value coming, much like the internet provided with communications and email in the 90s and through the beginning of the millennium. Today, the payment system is advancing.
I saw Bitcoin first, so it took me about 6 months to understand it fully, to have full conviction. I was introduced to Bitcoin in July 2013. Bitcoin was $70.
When it comes to Flare, Flare is our first partner on the DeFi yield generation piece. Ripple's an investor in Flare. We've known the Flare team for a very long time. I have.
They try to shake me out, but I was born ready. Dropping down the price, then I be getting plenty. They want all your bags and they want all of them empty.
What's up, good glitches? Welcome back to some more Moon O'Clock News. No breakfast, no coffee, just straight extra bullishness. Shout out to the latest sub. Appreciate you stopping by, tuning in. Don't forget to drop an elbow from the top ropes on that likey button. We got XRP currently right around $2.24. We got a lot of breaking news popping off just when you thought it couldn't get any better. We got Ripple and OpenPay. Also, Ripple applied for a national banking license, BYOB. Bring your own bags, be your own bank, be your own boss. We got Eleanor Terrett to pop off. Crypto firm renews push for access to the Fed in addition to applying for an OCC trust charter. Ripple has also applied for a Fed master account through the trust company it acquired last year, Standard Custody, which I reported Monday. Being granted a Fed master account is a much bigger deal than getting granted an OCC charter in terms of access. It was described to me by a banking lawyer this way: in terms of tiers, a master account is diamond, bank is platinum, trust companies are gold, and money transfer licenses are silver. XRP, the diamond in the rough, hidden in plain sight. The Federal Reserve has historically resisted giving crypto companies direct access to the payment systems, even though critics argue it could reduce risk. It's currently defending the stance in a lawsuit, Custodian Bank versus the Federal Reserve, over depository institution access to master accounts, with a decision expected any day now. So it begins. Ripple and OpenPay are expanding access to fast, compliant cross-border payments, with Ripple payments now supported by OpenPay, real-time EUR and GBP rails, and direct RUSD minting and burning enterprises can seamlessly move between fiat and stablecoins. Explore the infrastructure behind the real-world stablecoin utility. XRP, built to move all the money, all the value. Know what you hold, know what's coming. The future of global finance depends on a seamless interoperability between traditional infrastructure and digital assets. Our collaboration with OpenPay gives enterprises reliable access to RLUSD, combining the stability and compliance they expect with connectivity they need. This is how we accelerate real-world adoption of stablecoins at scale, said Jack McDaniel, SVP, stablecoin, Ripple, BTC who, ETH who, XRP. Coming for that #1 spot. OpenPay says big news. OpenPay, we're working together to embed OpenPay's universal financial infrastructure with Ripple's enterprise-grade stablecoin and blockchain network. The results? Faster, simpler, more transparent global payments. 365, 24/7. What's launching? The EUR, GBP, virtual IBANs for Ripple's payment, real-time money movement, mint and burn RUSD for OpenPay clients, seamless, fast. Stablecoin conversion. The partnership is another milestone on our mission to deliver universal financial infrastructure for the digital economy. Let's go. XRP, the XRP Ledger becoming the premier go-to blockchain in the utility era. Brad Garland House breaking just when he thought it couldn't get any better. True to our long-standing compliance roots. WSJ Markets. Ripple has applied for a national banking license, joining the rush of cryptocurrency companies seeking to cross the divide into mainstream finance. Ripple's applying for both a national bank charter from the OCC. If approved, we would have both state via NYDFS and the federal oversight, a new and unique benchmark for trust in the stablecoin market. Earlier in the week, via Standard Custody, we also applied for a Fed master account, while Congress is working towards clear rules and regulations, and banks in a far cry for the years of Operation Choke Point 2.0 are leaning in. This access would allow us to hold RUSD reserves directly with the Fed and provide an additional layer of security to future-proof trust in RLUSD. Ripple always has and will continue to build trusted, battle-tested, and secure infrastructure in the $250 billion plus market. RLUSD stands out, putting regulation first, setting the standard that institutions expect. Banks, institutions on their way to pump our bags up. Ripple applying for a national bank, getting that diamond status, also gold status. You know what's coming. They know what's coming, and they can't stop it. Jack McDonald, a national trust, would bring a dual layer of regulation for RUSD as we continue to raise the bar for transparency and compliance in the stablecoin market, something few issuers today can claim. The takeover continues. We got the Faster Payment Council. Digital Asset Work Group has just published its latest blog on stablecoins. We got Smoke Dog, Ripple, U.S. Federal Faster Payment Council, Ripple, Pat Thielen. The Internet of Value is coming. The Internet of Value is here.
Hello, everyone. I'm Pat Thielen. I'm the Vice President of Global Account Management at Ripple. We truly believe that there is an Internet of Value coming, much like the Internet provided with communications and email in the 90s and through the beginning of the millennium. Today, the payment system is advancing. And unlike a lot of the other crypto players in Ripple's space, we truly believe that the revolution is going to occur from within. So the ecosystem that the U.S. Faster Payments Council has put together will be those players that will make sure we advance the industry. The working groups that are coming out, it's the cross-border, the QR, the directory model. These are really opportunities to take that user experience, the interoperability that has been designed in the other initiatives, and really apply it to real-world problems. Many countries have leapfrogged the U.S. in real-time payments, so this is a real opportunity for us to leverage a body like this. The playing field is set, and you can either sit on the sidelines or suit up with U.S. Faster Payments Council and change the game.
You can either sit on the sidelines and watch the transformation of wealth occur. The SEC try to shut it down, slow it down, but the dominoes are slowly falling into place in favor of XRP becoming the premier go-to blockchain in the digital asset era. Riz XRP, Bitcoin brought me to the game. XRP kept me in the game. Utility matters.
Now, you see Bitcoin. What's the first thing you do in the Bitcoin industry?
So I saw Bitcoin first. So it took me about 6 months to understand it fully, to have full conviction. I was introduced to Bitcoin in July 2013. Bitcoin was $70, right? And then by December, when I fully understood it, was like trading at 1,000. Right, so that's the peak at December 2013. I was, damn, I'm really late. I gotta get in this early. So I sold my apartment in like January 2014, and I got paid in tranches, right? So every tranche I get, I will buy Bitcoin. So I got paid so I bought at $800 one tranche, $600 one tranche. This is January 2014, was like kind of going down. And then by February or March, I got the last payment, and I bought like $400 US. So my average price is about $600 US per Bitcoin, and then you went from to like 200, 150 for stayed at 200 for about 18 months, right? So that's like 2014 to early 2015. So I basically lost 2/3 of a house as soon as I bought, and luckily, my family is pretty supportive, and they, other than my mom's like, no, you stupid kid, like, why did you do this? Why couldn't you kept your original job at Bloomberg? You were making good money, etc., etc. So, but anyway, she was just nagging. She wasn't really able to do anything anyway. So, but I thought that, either I was really wrong or everybody else is slightly off. So I actually thought I might just be too early. So I just head on to it. And 2016, actually I guess it was the governor of the Central Bank of China, Mr. Zhou Xiaochuan. He suddenly said something about blockchain in one of his speeches. Then suddenly the Chinese crypto industry became the blockchain industry, and the price started going back up. So so it went through. That was my first winter cycle. After that, everybody in crypto, right? After you go through your first cycle, the second cycle is so much easier because the banks are much higher.
100%.
And those who have eyes to see are loading up on the greatest opportunity of multiple lifetimes, the greatest transformation of wealth ever recorded in history. Are you standing on the sidelines or securing your spot for the transformation of wealth? Paul Barron, Justin, banks like Wells Fargo, Bank of America are now in official panic mode as 89% of Gen Z and millennials report that they will leave their banks for crypto and DeFi platforms offering yield, tokenized stocks, and Web3. Andrew developers for years, the thorn in Ripple's side has been the legal inability to utilize XRPL's DEX to settle payments. Permission domains are here to solve this.
Side and a thorn in the side of Ripple for a long time has been the fact that we can't use the XRP Ledger DEX for our own payment products. Like this just, I want to rip my hair out. So it's obvious that we would do that, and it's frustrating that endlessly frustrating that we can't. And the primary obstacle is that Ripple is a regulated institution, right. And if our trade passes through a terrorist or somebody who's sanctioned by the United States, it doesn't matter whether we knew or could have known, or basically if there's a chance that can happen, we just can't do it.
Right.
And so we have not been able to use the DEX. And it's just, And so permission domains will enable a domain in which you have to prove you're not a terrorist to get into that domain. And so that will mean that, like, lots of ordinary people, I made the joke at my other presentation, I said, all of us could get into that. Probably not that guy in the second row. Yeah. That joke killed earlier. But I mean, the idea is that these will not be just institutions to institutions. Why put that on the XRP ledger, right? That should be on a private ledger. But the idea is that ordinary people will be in these permission domains. They'll be able to provide liquidity. They'll be able to consume liquidity. They'll be able to arbitrage between inside and outside the domain. And finally, enterprises that want to use the DEX to settle payments and move assets and provide liquidity on the DEX will be able to do so. So I think it's going to be very significant as part of the sort of wave of institutional adoption. And those higher flows and those higher volumes on the DEX are going to bring value to all of the developers on the ledger.
We got the Federal Reserve. ISO 20022 for the FedWire Fund service will be implemented on July 14th. John Dean says, I've said it and smarter people like me said it. Flare Networks is one to watch. Flare Networks comes highly recommended by Ripple.
When it comes to Flare, Flare is our first partner on the DeFi yield generation piece. Ripple is an investor in Flare. We've known the Flare team for a very long time. I have through my prior work in crypto. There's a lot of trust there. Ripple really highly recommends them as well. So they're going to be our first partner where we're entrusting XRP onto their network in order to generate yield.
We got sentiment feed. Crypto crowd has officially flipped from FUD to FOMO, with encouraging Bitcoin rise to 109.8 thousand. We got mustache altcoins, probably one of the most important alt season charts. The black resistance line has been touched again after more than 4 years. Tapped once again, each time whether in 2019, 2020, or 2021. A strong rally for altcoins started afterwards. The best time is yet to come. Crawl walk, then we rock it. The longer they take, the higher we keep climbing on that XRP. Rich list, where will those bags be when that regulation jar of molasses finally breaks open and XRP's true price is finally revealed? We'll catch you up here on the mothership. I am the XRP Bagman, the Moon Commander, BYOB. Bring your own bags, be your own bank, be your own boss. Don't forget to drop an elbow from the top ropes on the likey button. We'll see you at the tippy top. Later, glitches.
Later, glitches.
Staring out my window, I got the formula, stacked them bags up and simple, and wait until we explode. I'll meet you at the disco, we just getting started like an intro. 589 the numbers, please, please call our bingo. We the new heroes, them trash coins you hell.